Good evening. My name is Sandra Rochelle, and this is Living the RV Dream. I'd like to welcome you to my channel. This is money. Take a good look. It's something that we all need to have, all want to have, and rarely have enough of. When I talk about RV living and travel, most people think that I'm going to be talking about campgrounds to visit or, how to save money on food or camping or whatever. And that's part of it. But there's another more serious part that involves money. And it's one that a number of people have already started paying attention to and doing. And that is full-time RV living. If you are living in a house right now, you are probably paying quite a bit for interest and principal and upkeep and all those sorts of things. For some of you, this may be getting to be a bit much, and you may be thinking, geez, I'd like to find some way out of this. I'd like to find some way out of this. Well, I have one option for you to think about that includes RVs that 9 million people in this country already are paying attention to and doing. And that is selling their houses and moving into a recreational vehicle. Now, this may sound crazy. It isn't workable for everybody. But if you look into it, you may find that it is workable for you. And if you do, I can tell you that this can save you a considerable amount of money. For example, let's say you find a house for $150,000. You're paying 6.5% interest on that house over 30 years. That house is going to cost you almost twice that $150,000, and that's just for principal and interest. That's not going to include all the insurance and the upkeep and those sorts of things. That's a lot of money. You're looking at about $1,200 a month in payments plus the other costs. If you can afford to do that and you're happy with it, fine. But over time, that really adds up. Over $300,000, $350,000. Think about that. What if you had to go just pay that right now for the house? You wouldn't be able to do that. I wouldn't be able to do that. And if you were able to do it, you would need to listen to this video. So here's the thing. If you decided that you wanted to change your lifestyle and you did your homework, you looked around to see in the area that you live in, are there campgrounds available? What do they charge? What type of RV, would work best for you? Go out and look at some of them and so forth. You're going to find that you can, if you choose, you can find a recreational vehicle that is livable, comfortable, attractive, and will cost way less than any house would cost. If you stay in it for 30 years, which you might or you might not, but you can if you want to. If you stay in it, you will save a couple $100,000. It's just that simple. So how do you do this? Well, first thing you have to do is check your finances, see what you're paying for everything. Just make a list, add it up, see what you're paying every year to live in your house. Then compare that to the costs that you've come up with for the RV, type of RV that you want, and the campground that you want to stay in and so forth. Check and see what their deals are. Everyone has a different deal. There are campgrounds in this country as cheap as $450 a month for everything. All of your utilities, all your grounds upkeep, your electric, your Wi-Fi, everything. There are other ones that charge, $1,200 a month, the same as you're paying for your house. There are some on a nightly basis, it'll charge as high as $300 a night. So they're all different, and it's up to you to do your homework. Once you do your homework, then you have to decide you know, where you're going to get the money from. Is there going to be equity in your house, from your house when you sell it? Can you use that? If you can, you'll be able to pay cash, or mostly cash, for your unit. You may need a car, a different car, depends on what you buy. But once you have that in place and you have the campground in place, the rest is just a matter of organizing, downsizing, putting things together, and moving in. Now, when you do this, you will throw away a lot of your expenses. Once that house is sold, there's no more mortgage payment. There's no more principal. There's no more interest. There's no more property taxes. There's no more cost for lawn care. You won't be paying homeowners insurance. There are a lot of expenses that will disappear. Now, you will have other expenses with your RV. For example, if you do have to finance it, yes, you will have to pay principal and interest. That's why you have to be very careful with your buying. And you will pay insurance on your RV and things like that. But most of the cost of living that you're paying right now will disappear. You'll be paying less to live, but you will make a few sacrifices because you will be living in a much smaller space. The average RV is around 500 square feet. The average house is anywhere between 1,500 and 3,000 square feet, so it's a big jump from one to the other. But many people do it, and what they find is that they adapt to it, and it's a much easier way to live because there's less to take care of. There's less to clean. You don't have to buy furniture. You move in, they're already furnished. You live, there are several ways you can live. There's a lot of flexibility. You can live in a campground. You can live on your own property. You can work camp and live for free. There are a lot of things you can do. I'm going to be putting videos on about all of these things, but I wanted to tell you that this is available to just about anybody if you plan well. That's the secret. You have to plan so that you wind up with more of this and less of this. So what I want you to do is subscribe to my channel. Follow along with these videos that I'm going to be putting on. If you have questions, ask. It's a big deal. You're changing your entire lifestyle when you do this. But I have done it myself, and I can tell you those were probably the happiest days of my life, the days that I lived full-time in my RV. It was so easy and so flexible, and I felt so free. If I wanted to go someplace, I didn't have to pack. I just hooked up my RV to my vehicle, and off we went. That's simple. Came back home, hooked it back up, no problem. No reservations, no nothing. So subscribe, view the videos, think about it, ask questions. If you have anything specific, I will do a video on that just for you. And happy trails. Bye-bye.